on that tree. So it was through Ramblin' Jack Elliott when I was a teenager back in the late 60s that I truly discovered the power of a Woody Guthrie song. And it set my life in motion. It's from the Talkin' Blues to 1913 Massacre. Jack has a way of weaving together a ballad like none other. And 20 years later, I had a chance to travel with Ramblin' Jack down the Dust Bowl Highway between shared gigs in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. And I just got done organizing the first hometown tribute for Woody Guthrie in Okemah. And on that trip, Jack shared a long, lengthy story about his travels with Woody. And as the story began to wind down, or so I thought, I began sharing a story of my own. But as quickly as I began, Jack stopped me right in my tracks, and he said, "Larry, when I traveled with Woody, Woody did the talking." And that was good advice. I shut up. And the next thing I knew, we were out of the car. We were halfway to our destination, standing on the side of a dirt road, leaning up against a barbed wire fence, salivating over a herd of longhorn steers. Jack was in his element. And at that moment, too, I was in mine. And here's one of the songs of Woody's that Ramblin' Jack taught to me on my record player as a teenager. I'd like to share with you now. It's called the 1913 Massacre. Song of Woody's. Take a trip with me to 1913, to Calumet, Michigan, to the copper country. I'll take you to a place called Italian Home, where the miners are having a big Christmas ball. I'll take you through a door and up by stairs, singing and dancing, it's heard everywhere. Before you know it, you're friends to us all, and you're dancing around in the hall. You ask about work and you ask about pay. They'll tell you they make less than $1 a day, working their copper claims and risking their lives. It's fun to have Christmas with your children and wives. A little girl sits down by the Christmas tree lights to play the piano, so you gotta keep quiet. Oh, to hear all this fun, you would not realize that the copper boss thugmen are milling outside. A copper boss thug stuck his head through the door, and one of them yelled and screamed, "There's a fire." A woman, she hollered, "There's no such a thing. Keep on with your party, there's no such a thing." A few people rushed, it was only a few. It's only the scabs and the thugs fooling you. A man grabbed his daughter and carried her down. Thugs held the door so she couldn't get out. Then others followed, 100 or more. But most everybody remained on the floor. The gun thugs, they laughed at the murderous joke. And the children were smothered on the stairs by the door. Such a terrible sight I never did see. We carried our children on up to the tree. The gun thugs, they laughed at their murderous spree. And the children that died there were 73. The piano played a slow funeral tune. The town was lit up by a cold Christmas moon. The mothers, they cried and the miners, they moaned.